Tonight on 3 News, suddenly gunfires erupted again. 15 to 20 shots rang out not long ago. We're live with breaking news from the siege in Napier.
We're there too as family and friends of the dead police officer try to cope with his loss. And David Bain reveals why he won't take the stand, and the jury relives a key moment.
My family, they're all dead. Hurry up.
This is 3 News with Hilary Barry and Mike McRoberts.
Kia ora, good evening again from Napier, where less than an hour ago fresh gunfire could be heard at the siege in Chaucer Road. About 15, maybe even 20 shots rang out, and they were clearly audible from our location here several hundred metres away. We have a camera near the house and it captured the exchange of the gunfire. Take a look at this. So in the dusk light, clearly an exchange between Jan Molnar and the police. We're as close to the scene as we can get, broadcasting by satellite from Carlisle Street, a few hundred metres away. Once again, Kate Lynch has been finding out what's happening, and she joins me now. Kate, what's the latest?
Mike, in the last few moments, the police have confirmed they have recovered the body of the dead officer, Len Snee. It's a small victory in an ordeal that just keeps dragging on. Like the army was going in to take drastic action, and they got a roar of approval. It was followed by an ambulance, but around 15 minutes later, the ambulance, then the light armoured vehicle, re-emerged. They'd been to rescue an ill resident and her family from the Gunman street. The feeling on the streets of Napier is still incredibly tense.
Nothing more dangerous than an army guy gone mad, ex-army guy gone mad.
Police say they have no idea how long the siege will last.
It could finish in the next 5 minutes, or it could go for some days.
You prepared for days?
We're preparing for it to go some days.
These pictures from Google Earth show Jan Molnar's house. Police have caught a few glimpses of him through the windows. He's still talking to them by telephone, and friends and family are helping try to talk him out.
We are dealing with a very complex character who, as you might expect in negotiations that go on for the length of time that these have, goes through various mood swings.
There have been no gunshots now since 3 o'clock this morning, when Molnar was shooting at street lights around his house.
Overnight we turned off the street lights outside his place. There are a number of options available to us around his utilities, some of which we've used and some of which we haven't.
In fact, police refused to discuss any tactics involved in the operation.
Because I have to have consideration for those officers who are still on the ground, who are in close confines and who are still placing themselves at incredible risk.
But 3 News was told Molnar had been clipped by a police bullet.
Yeah, I'm not going to share.
The emotion was evident on the superintendent's face when he was asked about Len Snee's body.
Senior Constable Snee still lies where he was shot.
And he was full of praise for the civilian who was shot when he tried to help police.
He did his very best to intervene. He was attempting to wrestle the firearm off this offender and was seemingly shot for his troubles.
Police believe they may find another body outside Molnar's house. Dog handler Grant Diver's partner, a police dog named Fee, they fear has been shot too.
The dog is still in his van. We haven't heard from the dog.
Late this afternoon, police sent in a robot, usually used in bomb disposal work. It has a remote-operated camera.
So that's what's happened today, but as we mentioned at the top of the program, there has been a major development. Kate, what's the latest?
Well, in the last few minutes, Mike, police announced that they have recovered the body of Len Snee. That operation began at about 4:30 this afternoon. There was a flurry of activity here at the cordon. 2 army vehicles crossed the cordon line, went into the siege area. There was an exchange of gunfire. Short time later, the police forensic team went into the area, but unfortunately it'll be some time yet before Len Snee's body is returned to his family.
Thank you, Kate, and Kate will update us if there's any breaking news in this news bulletin. Well, many people have paid tribute to the Senior Constable Len Snee, among them a woman who emailed us to say he and other officers searched her home last year because they suspected her flatmate was cultivating cannabis. She said Len Snee, the officer in charge, was really cool. She said, "I am very sad to hear he's been murdered and the others hurt as well." And she made a plea that officers be allowed to carry firearms in such circumstances.